Use a descriptive language to create the mood. For instance, describing a chill wind scattering autumn leaves evokes a sense of coldness and urgency, which enhances the scene's emotional impact.
We talked about showing rather than telling our stories in one of our other videos. So how does this relate to writing descriptions?
Okay, well, you need to incorporate all the senses: sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. This multi-sensory approach enriches the reader's experience, making scenes more vivid and engaging, more immersive. It's showing rather than telling.
Yeah, that makes sense. So do I make sure I capture every single detail, or is there a limit and sometimes it's too much?
Yeah. Tip number 4 for writing descriptions is to be selective with details and avoid over-description. So choose the elements that are significant to the story or the character development and avoid unnecessary information that might overwhelm the reader.
So don't pretend you're Charlotte Bronte, because I feel like the classics have a lot of over-description in them. Would you agree? That was the style of Gothicism and Romanticism that was like incredibly descriptive writing. Sorry, that's my English extension too coming out.
Yeah, no, you can be descriptive without being unnecessarily so. Everything in those classics evokes the mood and the character. It's not just a description of a scene. So you can have a lot of description and it not seem too much. It's the excessive detail that's the issue.
I suppose that can become a subjective thing anyway.
It is selective, but it also depends on your genre.
Yeah.
Some genres permit more description, like literary writing, for instance, like the classics, whereas in a thriller, it just slows the pace.
Yeah.
So
it does depend on your genre. And it depends on the reader as well. You don't want to lose the reader's interest with like swaths of descriptive writing. So sometimes they just want you to get on with the story.
Well, they always want you to get on with the story, right? So if your descriptive passages move the story forward as part of that, then great, go for it. But often with new writers, they don't.
Yeah.
And then they slow the pace and become a stumbling block. And the reader wants to skip over them to find out what's happening next.
Right, so you don't need to describe every single step someone takes from their house to their car, getting the key out, putting it in the door, opening the door,
Exactly.
climbing in the car, when you could just say they got in the car.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.